Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin Ryder. I'm a commercial real estate broker and content creator based in Lexington, Kentucky. So have you ever had 4 people that you respect in your life recommend the same book in the same month? So this actually happened to me and I immediately read it and I do think it changed me. And this video is a response to the book Die with Zero by Bill Perkin. This gave me a perfect excuse to make a video about the progress that I've made in work-life balance. What progress, you ask? None. I've literally made none. And this has actually been, if I'm honest, a career-long battle. No matter what I've done, and especially in the real estate world or commercial real estate world, how do you balance wanting to do an all-commission sales job extremely well, serve clients, grow your business, and create rich life experiences and legacy with those people that are closest to you when doing that requires your time? So both angles require your time. And if you're watching this, you probably feel the tension and have lived this very tension. Part of the reason I want to make stuff on the internet and connect with people is not just to do great deals in real estate, but it's to help build people up and create real friendships, potentially bring resources into people's lives that help them change. And when I say change, I mean to lean away from busyness and into mindfulness. The cool part is that's what this book is all about, Die with Zero. So in this video, we're gonna do 5 things pretty quickly. Number 1, I'm gonna summarize the book for you. Number 2, I'm gonna share the most meaningful visual that I took from the book and literally draw it out because I don't want you to forget it. 3, I'm going to share the most meaningful quote I took from the book, so maybe make it a screensaver or something. 4, I'm gonna share the coolest exercise that I took from this book that you can literally do today and that I think will be really cool for you and your family or loved ones. And 5, I'm gonna recommend this book to you. Certainly, I wouldn't be making a video if I wasn't gonna recommend it, but I'm gonna share one caveat or critique that I think you need to keep in mind. All right, let's jump in. A quick summary of the book finds that the author, Bill Perkins, advocates for maximizing life experiences and enjoyment by strategically spending your financial resources at specific times in your life that allow for those experiences. Now, I know what some of you are already thinking, just dismiss this because this guy's anti-work and I love work and I want to do better at work. Well, that's me too. I would say he's not anti-work and he's also not anti-savings, right? He's not anti-work, he's not anti-savings. What he is pro-experience. Now, being pro-experience is something I can 100% get behind. And it ultimately asks the most important question in this video, which I think I ask myself and I invite you to do the same. What am I doing with the fruits of my labor? Am I creating rich experiences for those people that I love? Great question. If you were gonna say there was a defining quote to the book, I might mention the following. The author says, although we have at least the potential to make more money in the future, we can never go back and recapture time that is now gone. So it makes no sense to let opportunities pass us by for fear of squandering our money. Squandering our lives should be a much greater worry. And to Bill Perkins, the author, life is literally the sum of your experiences. So if you don't prioritize, invest in, and complete the experiences when you can, you could end up dying with regrets. And ultimately, although it's a sad story, he mentions a lot of people that do. All right, super pumped to share my most meaningful visual from this book and something I will never forget. I don't think you will either. Let's look at a 6-year period in someone's life. First, we'll plot their experience points and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the years. Now, I don't think anyone would argue that what the average person is trying to do is live a life where each year they have a few more rich experiences than the last year. Now, you may not get them every single year, but that's the idea of this book. The author does point out too, geniusly, because I'm sure you'd get a lot of criticism, that experiences can be both free and, of course, seriously expensive. And both are totally legit, and he mentions both throughout the book. Now that we've covered life experiences, what's cool is that there is such thing as memory dividends, that you can actually look at this investment in experience literally like you can a real estate investment or stock investment. There's going to be dividends that are paid into the future. And here's what that looks like. In year 2, you're going to have dividends from 1. In 3, you're going to have dividends from 2 and 1, and so on and so forth. This is why it's crucial to have rich experiences early on, because by the time you get to year 6, you've got memory dividends from all prior years. You can't skip experiences early on, because if you don't make that investment, your equity multiple on that time is not going to double. Okay, the most meaningful quote, and I'm actually going to share 2, but this first one I really love because the emphasis is on, we've already covered experiences a bit. I like that he focused on personal health and what I took to be creativity. So here's the quote. Think of one way in which you can invest your time or your money to improve your health and thereby improve all your future life experiences. Again, if you invest in an experience that improves your physical or mental health, that's obviously going to trickle into everything you do forever. If it becomes a habit, it can literally change your life. This is why in 2024, it may be worth it to schedule an extra conference or take an extra training or something that enhances your creativity. For me personally, making content, writing, recording, editing, and publishing, that is an experience for me that's richer. It's not a chore. It actually adds to my life and overall motivation, so I continue to do it. Okay, so moving right along, there is an empowering exercise that came through in this book that I did, and I had a ton of fun with it. So let's move on from deathbed regrets onto something super fun that you can do right now, tomorrow morning over coffee or whatever, and that's to list out all of the meaningful experiences you want to have and with whom you want to have them. This is super cool, and it flies in the face of an idea of a bucket list at the end of your life. The whole point of this book is, can you position yourself and invest in yourself in a way to do them now? Now, again, one of the most genius ideas of this book is when you should have them, and the author actually encourages you to look at buckets of your life. You might divide up those buckets into early adulthood, and late adulthood. And then obviously you can drop in super physical ones early on or plan around those, but put them in 5 to 10 year periods and fill up your life experiences. Okay, finally, obviously I am going to recommend this book, but I'm gonna do so with a caveat. It's easy to recommend because it's simple, it's easy to read, it's shorter, and it's going to leave you with some really great questions. So if you sit down with your significant other or spouse or kids and you have a discussion of what are the life experiences that we want to have together, that should produce a ton of motivation, whether that's to work more or work less, whether it's to spend or to save. It's definitely going to create conversation for you and your family. The caveat I would mention is that it's very possible to have some really fun memory dividend paying experiences with your coworkers on your job. So again, although the book is not anti-work, I believe the author enjoyed his career in work, you can leave after reading the book with the thought of work is only a means to an end. I definitely believe that we're created with certain gifts, and if those gifts aren't exercised, that will actually be miserable. The life is not just about going around and having fun vacations, but it's literally about improving your character and heart and effort in helping people. The point of the book is not anti-work, but it can be taken that way. So highly recommend, with the caveat that, of course, work itself can be a wonderful and meaningful experience. In conclusion, there is no building a business and no building anything without a certain level of sacrifice. So the key to this is be strategic in what you sacrifice and to be comfortable with it. Man, I loved reading this book and asking myself these questions and making this video, and I really do hope it helped add to your life. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.